Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Duncan Yoga Online. Today's class is a 45-minute power yoga sequence. It's going to be lots of fun, very sweaty. You'll see me sweating my bum off and shaking around a little bit. So thank you for tuning in and I hope you enjoy. Namaste. Right, so we'll start standing at the tops of our mat. And you're going to take your feet hip width apart, take your hands to your hips, bend your knees a little bit so your belly comes down onto your thighs. And then take your, grab your elbows, letting your head relax towards the ground. Okay. And we're just going to start by taking 5 deep breaths. See if you can keep your belly on your thighs. Keep your sit bones reaching up towards the sky and try to lengthen the backs of the legs, keeping the belly connected to the thighs. Take 3 more deep breaths. Okay. 2 more breaths. Okay, 1 last deep breath. Right, and then from here, you're going to release your hands and take your arms behind your legs and see if you can grab one wrist. See if you can grab your forearm, or maybe you grab elbow to elbow. Right? And in either position, try to pull your belly onto your thighs a bit more. Right? And try to straighten the backs of your legs a bit more, letting your head relax. Okay, 3 more deep breaths here. Okay, 2 more. Okay, 1 last deep breath. And then from here, release your hands down to the ground. Plant through your hands and you're going to step back plank pose. Alright, so make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, your belly's pulled in, shoulders nice and wide. Right? Holding for 5. Right, for 4, try to keep your hips level with the shoulders. 3. 2 more deep breaths. And you take 1 last deep breath. And then from here, lower your knees down to the ground. Stick your bum up high towards the sky and then bend both elbows straight back and lower your chin and chest to the ground. Inchworm pose. So the bum reaches nice and high. Point your toes back and then drop your pelvis down towards the ground. Inhale, loop your shoulders up and back. Squeeze the elbows together. And from here, gently press into your hands, lifting your chest off the ground. Try to draw your shoulder blades straight back, sternum forward. Great. Exhale, release back down. Okay, 1 more time. Inhale, loop the shoulders up and back, press into your hands, baby cobra pose. Exhale, release your belly back down to the ground, but keep the chest lifted. Take your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, squeeze the palms together. Inhale, lift your chest a bit higher. Exhale, lift your feet. Try to keep your big toes touching. Inhale, lift a bit higher. Right, exhale, send the knuckles back. Nice, 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale, release, take your hands to the ground. From here, tuck your toes under, press back, downward dog. Send your bum high towards the sky. Bring your feet so they're hip width apart. Bend both of your knees and send your bum as high as you can up towards the sky. Right? From there, begin to lengthen the backs of your legs, keeping those sit bones reaching just as high. Widen your shoulder blades apart and draw your low ribs in. And you take 3 deep breaths. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, 1 last deep breath. Okay, you're going to inhale, come forward to plank pose. Knees down or not, lower through a tricep push-up. Okay, inhale, upward dog, or you can do baby cobra pose instead. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Great, 1 more time. Inhale, forward plank. Knees down or not, tricep push-up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Ready, take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, bend both knees, look forward, step, walk, or lightly hop. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, slowly forward, fold, release your hand. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up towards the sky, reach nice and tall. Right, exhale, hands to your chest. Alright, so we're going to keep flowing that together. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, over to the right. Right, inhale, sweep both hands up. Right, and then exhale, release your left hand to the outside of your left leg and reach your right hand over. Inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, forward fold all the way to the ground. Okay, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, tricep push up. Knees down or not, lower halfway to the ground. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra pose. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Right, take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Okay, 1 last deep breath. Exhale, bend both of your knees, look forward, step, walk, or lightly hop. Inhale, lengthen. Right, exhale, floor. Okay, step your feet together, bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, awkward pose. So you're sinking your bum down and back. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. Inhale, bring the arm bones back. Right, and then exhale, sweep your hands straight back behind you. Lower your belly onto your thighs. Right, inhale, keep your knees in the same position and just lift your chest. Bring the arm bones up. Right, exhale, sweep the hands back. Lower the belly to the thighs. Right, inhale, lift the chest. Right, last one. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Right, inhale, look forward and sweep the hands up. Exhale, forward fold all the way to the ground. Release the head, lengthen the backs of the legs. Right, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep both hands up all the way towards the sky. Exhale, hands to your chest. Okay, so inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, release your right hand down to the outside of the right leg, left hand over. Inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale to the left. Nice. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, fold all the way to the ground. Release the head. And inhale, lengthen through the spine. Right, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, tricep push up, knees down or not. And inhale, upward dog or baby cobra pose. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog pose. Right, step your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg high up towards the sky. Right, exhale, pull your right knee forward and towards your face and try to kiss the knee. Right, inhale, lift your right leg back up high towards the sky. Exhale, pull the knee forward, round through the back. Right, one more, inhale, lift the leg high. And exhale, pull the knee in towards your face, try to kiss it. Right, then step the foot forward in between your hands. Right knee on top of right ankle. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up. And exhale, bend your back knee 1 inch off the ground, pull your fists in and contract through the abdominals. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Right, exhale, pull the fists in, contract through the core. Inhale, hands up. Right, one more, exhale, pull the fists in, contract through the core. Inhale, hands up. Right, this time exhale, interlace your fingers, palms press up to the ceiling, and then bring your arms down to shoulder height. Great. From here, bend your back knee so it's 1 inch off the ground. Push your palms forward, round through the upper back, pull your belly in, scoop your pubic bone forward and tuck your tailbone under. You'll feel it deep in your hip flexors for 5. Ready? For 4. For 3, keep rounding your low back. Right, keep pushing your hands forward for 2. Right, for 1. And then exhale, release your hands to the ground, step back plank. Knees down or not, tricep push up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, step your feet together. Inhale, left leg high up to the sky. Exhale, pull your left knee forward into your face, try to kiss the knee. Inhale, lift the left leg back up. And exhale, left knee into your face, try to kiss it. 1 more. Inhale, lift it high up. Right, and then exhale, pull the knee forward and step the foot forward between your hands. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, bend your back knee 1 inch off the ground. Pull your fists in and contract through the abdominals. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, pull it in. Right, 1 more, inhale up. Exhale, Inhale, up, lengthen the back leg. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Palms press up. Then bring the arms down to shoulder height. Great. From here, press the palms forward. Pull your pubic bone forward. Tuck your tailbone under as you bend your back knee so it's hovering 1 inch off the ground. Hold for 5. For 4. Right. For 3. Oh, my back leg is quivering. For 2. Right. For 1 last deep breath. Right, and then exhale, take your hands down. Step back plank. Lower tricep push-up. And inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pressing back, downward dog. Nice, step your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg high up towards the sky. Right, open your hips and try to lift the right leg higher. Bend your right knee so your right heel drops over to your left. Right, and take 3 deep breaths here. Right, 2 more. Try to press into both hands evenly. Okay, 1 last deep breath. And then exhale from here. Pull that knee in towards your face. Right, and step the right foot forward between the hands. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Take your left hand underneath your face. Take your right hand to your low back. Move your hips forward and down. Right, if you'd like to go deeper, turn your right toes out. Lower your left forearm to the ground. And reach back with your right hand to grab onto the top of your left foot, drawing the heel in towards the bum as you open your chest to the ceiling. Right, for 3. Right, for 2. Right, for 1. Right, release both hands to the ground. Right, turn your right toes so they face forward. Lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way on. High lunge. Right, take 5 deep breaths here. Pull your right hip slightly back, left hip forward, low ribs pull in. Right, 4 more deep breaths. 3 more deep breaths. 2. Right, 1 last deep breath. Right, exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back right away to downward dog. And step your feet together. Right, inhale, lift your left leg up. Right, open the hips, lift the left leg higher. Bend your left knee so your left heel drops over to your right. Try to press evenly into both hands. And then take 3 deep breaths. Right, 2. Right, 1 last deep breath. And then from here, pull your left knee forward towards your face and step your left foot forward between your hands. Right? From here, inhale, sweep both hands all the way up towards the sky. Whoops. Exhale, lower your right knee to the ground. I almost forgot this one. Take your hands down. Right? Turn your left toes out. Right? Take your right hand underneath your face and take your left hand to your low back. Right? This is option 1, you can stay here. Option 2 is taking the right forearm down to the ground, right? And reaching back with your left hand to grab onto the top of your right foot. And gently opening your chest up towards the sky. And you're taking 3 more deep breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 last deep breath. And from here, release both hands back down to the ground. Right, turn your left toes so they face the front. Right, lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up. High lunge. Pull your left hip slightly back, right hip forward, low ribs in. Right, for 4. Right, for 3. For 2. For 1 last deep breath. Take your hands all the way down. Step back to plank this time. Knees down or not, tricep push down. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Right? And from here, you're going to take your hands right to your low back, interlacing your fingers. Right? Squeeze your palms together. Inhale, slowly lift your chest off the ground. Exhale, lift your arm bones away from your bum. Right? Inhale, slowly lift your legs off the ground. Nice, taking 3 more deep breaths. 2 more deep breaths. And 1 last deep breath. And then exhale, release, take your hands to the ground. Press back, downward dog pose. So send your bum nice and high to the sky. Okay? Just take 2 breaths here. And 1 last deep breath. We're going to keep flowing more of those postures together. So step your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg up. You're going to exhale, open the hips, bend the right knee. Maybe stay here, or inhale, take your right foot back behind you, left leg stays straight as you reach up and over, wild thing. You're going to take a deep breath in. And then exhale, take your right hand down to the ground, step your right foot forward between your hands. All right. Inhale, sweep both hands all the way up, high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Hands down to shoulder height. Draw the low ribs in, lengthen the tailbone down. Right. Holding for 5. Right. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1 last deep breath. And inhale, reach back and over, exalted warrior, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, you're going to take that right elbow down to your right knee. Right? Or take your right hand down to the outside of your right foot. Draw your left shoulder back so your chest opens to the ceiling. Right? Maybe reach your left hand up and then over. Right? Holding for 3. Holding for 2. And for 1 last deep breath. And then exhale, bring both hands down to the ground, step back plank. Right? Knees down or not, tricep push-up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog pose. Step your feet together. Right? Lift your left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, open the hips and bend the knee. Right? Inhale, maybe stay here, or come to wild thing. Right leg stays straight as you drop the left foot back. Lift the left hand up and over. Exhale, both hands down to the ground. Step your left foot forward between the hands. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Right toes turn out, left toes face the front, bend into your left knee. For 5. And for 4. For 3. For 2. For 1 last deep breath. Inhale, reach back and over, exalted warrior, take a deep breath in. Ready to exhale, left elbow to knee, or left hand down to the outside of your left foot. Reach your right hand up and over. Right, holding for 3. Right, keep opening your chest towards the ceiling, back towards your left pinky toe. Right, 1 last deep breath in. And then exhale, both hands down. Step back plank pose. Lower tricep push-up. Right, inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pressing back downward facing dog. And you take a nice deep breath and downward dog. Right, and then exhale, bend both knees, look forward, step, walk, or lightly hop. And inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, separate your feet hip width. Take your first 2 peace fingers around your big toes. Padangusthasana. Wing your elbows out to either side as you draw your belly onto your thigh, letting your head relax. Are you taking 5 deep breaths? Okay, 4. 3. 2. Right. One last deep breath. Right. And then from here, slowly release your big toes. Take your hands to your hips. Right. Deep inhale, slowly come all the way up towards a standing position. Awesome work. We're almost done. Step your feet together. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up. Right. Exhale, fold all the way to the ground and release your head. Right. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, and the elbows straight back. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Right. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Right. Inhale, lift your right leg high up towards the sky. Right. And then exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Right. Inhale, you're going to sweep both hands all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, take your hands to your heart center, bend your back knee slightly, find one spot ahead of you to focus on, and spring forward, warrior 3 pose. Right? Hands can stay at your chest. If you're super eager today, reach your hands straight forward, or hands back beside your hips. Right? Holding for 5. Okay, for 4. For 3. For 2, for 1. Right, from here, you're either going to keep your hands where they are or maybe take them to the ground, and you're going to bend your standing leg. Right, inhale, lengthen the leg. Nice, 3 more. Exhale, bend. Right, inhale, lengthen. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Right? Inhale. Right? Exhale, hands down to the ground if they're not already there. Bend your right knee and take your left knee behind your right heel. Right? And then from here, sit down. Right? So your bum comes onto the ground. You're prepping for a twist. Right? So if this doesn't work for your body, take your left leg straight out in front of you. Right? Your right foot is crossed over the left leg. Right? Otherwise, the left foot is back beside your right hip. Take your right hand behind you. Reach your left hand up towards the sky. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Press down into your right hand. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Nice. Take 3 more deep breaths. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, deepening the twist. 2 more. Okay. 1 last deep breath. Great, from here, come back through center, walk your hands over to the left, just a nice counter twist. Right, and then from here, take your hands forward, right, and from here, you're going to shift your weight forward, right foot on the ground, lift your left leg back up towards the sky. Right, so if your left leg was out in front of you, great, just step it back and swing it straight back up to the sky. Right, start with your left toes facing down, push the left heel straight back and lengthen the crown of the head forward. Right, and then from here, try taking your right hand underneath your face. Try taking your left hand to your left hip. Right? And then from here, open your hips to the left and see if you can get your left toes to turn out to face the left. Right? So the whole torso, the whole body opens. Right? From here, keep pushing your left heel away and try to lift your left leg a bit higher. Right? And then try reaching your left hand up to the sky. Nice work. Hold for 5. Right? For 4. For 3, for 2, nice, for 1 last deep breath, and then exhale, take both hands all the way down to the ground. Right? Bend your right knee, step back plank pose. Right? Lower tricep push up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, from here, inhale, lift your left leg up. Right, exhale, step your left foot forward. Right, and then you're going to inhale, sweep both hands all the way up. Exhale, take your hands to your chest. And from here, bend your back knee slightly, find one spot ahead of you to focus on, and spring forward. Okay, warrior 3 pose. Keep your right toes facing down, lengthen through the spine. Hands can stay here, back beside your hips, or reach them forward for 5. for 4, for 3, for 2, right, for 1. Right, hands stay here, they come to the ground, bend your standing leg. Inhale, lengthen, nice. 3 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, nice. 2 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, great. Last one. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, nice. Take your hands down to the ground. Tuck your right knee behind your left heel, and then sit down onto the ground. Whew. Sweating like a pig. Alright, and then from here you can keep your right leg straight out in front of you, right, if you're not as open through the hips, or you can take your right foot back beside your left hip. Right? Take your left hand behind you, reach your right hand up, right elbow to that side left knee. Right? Press down into your left hand, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, deepen the twist to look over your left shoulder. 3 more breaths. 2 more. 1 last deep breath. Good work. Bring your hands back to center and back over towards the right side so you counter twist. Right? And then from here, you're going to walk your hands forward. Right? And shift your weight forward so you come back onto your left foot. So if your right foot is out in front, bring it back behind you and lift your right leg back up towards the sky. Right? So from here, you're going to try to lengthen your spine as much as you can. Push the right heel straight back. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Try to keep the hips square. Take your left hand underneath your face. Right? Now keep that length in your spine. Take your right hand to your right hip. Right? Now from here, open your hips up. So you push the right heel away and you try to lift the right leg higher. And then from here, keep opening the chest and maybe reach your right hand up towards the sky, half moon pose for 5. Right? For 4. For 3. For 2. Right? 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale, release both hands to the ground. Step back, plank pose. Right? Lower tricep push-up. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Right? Take 3 deep breaths in downward dog. Right? 2 more deep breaths. Right? 1 last deep breath. And then exhale, bend both knees, look forward, step, walk, or hop, inhale, lengthen, right, exhale, fold, inhale, sweep both hands all the way up, and then exhale, hands to the chest. Right, take your hands to your hips, bend both of your knees, step your left foot far back, right, turn your feet so they're parallel, and the heels of your feet align with one another. Right. Take your hands to your hips, inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, you're slowly going to forward fold. And then take your hands down to the ground. So your hands start underneath your shoulders. Right? If you'd like to go deeper, slowly begin to walk your hands back. Right? Maybe they align with the arches of your feet. And then begin to bend both elbows. If you'd like to go deeper, straight back. Right? Like you're doing a tricep push-up. And maybe your head begins to come down towards the ground. Right? If your head comes down towards the ground and you'd like to come into a tripod headstand, you gotta squeeze your elbows slightly towards one another. Right? Release your head down to the floor. Right? Shift your weight forward. Right? So you come onto your tippy toes. Keep pressing your head down and eventually lifting your feet up towards the sky. Right? Keep plugging your elbows in towards one another. Right? Slowly bringing your feet together. Right? Holding for 3, for 2, right, for 1, right, and slowly separating your feet apart if they were up, right, and slowly bringing them back down. Hopefully there's not a wall in the way. And then from here, you're going to walk your hands forward, Great, if you had walked them back. Great, come to a flat back, lengthen the spine. Great, just take one deep breath in here. Great, and out. And then from here, slowly take your hands to your head. Okay. Deep inhale, slowly come all the way up. And then from here, you're going to turn towards the front of your mat and then step to the front of your mat. Right? And from here, you're going to take your left hand to your left hip. Right? Lift your right knee up and try to take your right hand around your right knee. Right? Option 1 is just to stay here. Right? Option 2 is to take your first 2 peace fingers of your right hand around your right big toe and lengthen the leg forward. Right? Just for 3. And for 2. And for 1. And then opening to the side, maybe looking over your left shoulder for 3. For 2. For 1. Right, bring your leg or your knee back to center and then slowly release. Right? Give your body a nice little shake. Whew. 10-second dance party. Shake them hips. Right? And now we'll come into the other side. So take your right hand to your right hip. Right? Take your left hand around your left knee or left shin bone and squeeze the leg up. Right? This is option 1. Option 2, so take your first 2 peace fingers, hook them around your big toe, and keep the chest lifted, and inhale, lengthen the left leg forward. And try to pull the left shoulder back for 3. For 2. For 1. We're going to try opening to the side, either the knee or the leg. Try looking over the right shoulder for 3. For 2. Right, for 1. Bring it back to center. Great, slowly release the foot. And let it go. Another 5-second dance party. Shake it off. Okay. Come back to the front of your mat. Right, feet together. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. And inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, lower tricep push-up. And inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. And exhale, pressing back, downward facing down. Okay. From here, inhale, come forward to plank pose. Okay. And then exhale, take your right hand underneath your face. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot and lift your left hand up to the sky. Side plank. Right? So if you'd like to go deeper today, I'm not going to do the full expression today because as if you can tell, I'm already pretty exhausted. Great, so you can either stay here. If you'd like to go deeper, lift your left leg up towards the sky. Right? If you'd like to go deeper, bend your left knee, take 2 fingers around that left big toe, and then begin to lengthen that leg up towards the sky as you open your chest. Right? We're going to hold for 3, for 2, right? For 1. Right? We're going to come right away into the other side. So take your left hand underneath your face. Come onto the outer edge of your left foot. Okay? Reach your right hand up. Right? Keep lifting through the hips. Right? And you can stay right here. If you want to try going deeper, lifting the right leg up towards the sky. Maybe bringing that right knee in towards your chest, taking your first 2 peace fingers around that big toe, and beginning to lift that foot up towards the ceiling. Right? For 3. For 2. For 1. And then bring both hands down to the ground. Press back, downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Right, and out. And you take 2 more breaths. Alright, 1 last deep breath. Nice work. Take your knees to the ground. Okay. We're going to set up for dolphin pose, option of coming into headstand if it's in your practice. Great. So if you're coming to headstand, you can move at your own pace. Otherwise, we're going to grab elbow to elbow, forearms on the ground. And you reach your hands forward, interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms together, press the forearms down. Widen the shoulder blades apart, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high to the sky. Alright. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, head soft. The head stays off the ground if you're in dolphin. If you're coming to headstand, just move at your own pace. We're going to take 5 more deep breaths. Alright, 4 more deep breaths. 3, 2, and one last deep breath. And if you're up in a headstand, slowly come back down. And if you're in Dolphin, take your knees to the ground. And you take your hands back beside your feet. Rest in child's pose for 2 breaths. Do one last deep breath. And from here, slowly come up. And you're going to come onto your back. And once you're on your back, we're going to do a few back bends. So no core work today other than those side planks. Okay, so if you want to do some core work, knock some out after the class. Right? So feet are hip width. Right? Heels are close towards the bum. Right? Hands down beside your hips. Right? Press down into your feet and lift your hips high up towards the sky. Right? If you'd like to, you can roll your shoulders under slightly. And if it feels okay in your upper back, bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, squeeze the palms together. Right? Keep lifting the hips nice and high. Alright, so option 1 is to continue to stay here. And option 2 is releasing the hands, taking your hands up beside your ears. Right? So your hands are right beside your ears, and then you squeeze your elbows towards one another. And then, if you'd like to go deeper, you press into your hands, and you take your head onto the ground. Right, so the top of your head's on the ground, and then maybe you separate your hands a bit wider, especially if you have broad shoulders. Press straight down into your hands, lengthen the arm bone. And if your arm bones are straight, try to bring your chest right towards the back of your mat. Right, and take another 3 deep breaths. Right, 2 more breaths. Right, 1 last deep breath. And then slowly curl your spine, bone by bone, back down to the ground nice and slow. And hug your knees in towards your chest, give them a big squeeze. And maybe gently rock from side to side. And from here, you're slowly going to rock yourself up to a seated position. And you're going to take your legs straight out in front of you. Flex your feet, inhale, sweep both hands up. And you're going to exhale, slowly fold over your legs. And then you can grab onto your feet or your legs any way you'd like to, letting your head relax. Right? So just letting your spine round out to counteract that back bending. Taking 4 more deep breaths here. Right, 3 more deep breaths. 2. 1 last deep breath. And then from here, you're going to inhale, slowly come up. And take the pads of your feet together, cobbler's pose. And hold onto your shin bones or interlace your fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, slowly forward fold. And you're taking 5 deep breaths here. 4. 3 more deep breaths. 2. 1 last deep breath. And then from here, you're going to inhale, slowly come up. Great, and from here, slowly lengthen your left leg straight out in front of you and take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So make sure your right foot is flexed. Take your hands back behind you and then bend your left knee. So your left foot's on the ground. Hands are back behind you, keep that right foot flexed and try to press into your hands and pop your chest up towards the ceiling. Right? I call it the booby tooch. You want to pop your boobs up towards the sky, right? So you lengthen out of the low back. Keep the right foot flexed. Option 1 is to stay here. Right? Option 2 is to begin to walk that left foot over towards the right. Right, and then shift your weight forward. Right, so both bum cheeks are on the ground. And then what you want to have happen is both of your shins are parallel to the front edge of your mat. Your feet are flexed in and your joints are stacked. So there's an ankle on top of your knee and a knee on top of your ankle. Hands stay back behind you, or you begin to fold over the feet. Right? If that's too much, just staying here. Right? We'll hold for 3 more deep breaths. Right? 2 more breaths. And 1 last deep breath. And then from here, we'll slowly release. Take both legs straight out in front of you, wherever you're coming from, and shake your legs out. Okay? And we'll do the other side. Left ankle on top of your right thigh, left foot flexed. Hands back behind you, bend your right knee, right foot on the ground. Okay? Press into your hands, lift your chest up, booby tooch. Okay? Tyra Banks has the booty tooch. I've got the booby tooch. And you can stay here. If you'd like to go deeper, walk your right foot over to the left. Great. Stack your shin bones so they're on top of one another. Flex your feet in. Right, and make sure you have a nice triangular shape on the inner legs. Right, stay here or fold over the legs, right, or stay up here. Right, taking 3 more deep breaths wherever you are. Right, 2 more deep breaths. 1 last deep breath. And then from here, slowly take both legs forward. Give your legs a nice little shake. Right, and from here, we're slowly going to come onto our backs. So you can slowly lie down on your back. Right? And just let your body relax against the ground. Right? So your legs are straight, your arms are out to shoulder height along the, so they're down beside your hips, palms facing up. And just letting your head relax, letting your eyes close, letting your jaw relax, and letting your arms and legs feel heavy against the ground. And just letting your body rest and relax here after all that hard work. Taking just a couple more minutes here together, right, to let the body soften and release. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you for working so hard with me today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.